Welcome to our video on Astrology Compatibility Horoscope for Zodiac sign of Leo the Lion, combined with another Leo the Lion, along with Zodiac Angels for these specific signs being Verchiel for Leo, and again, for another Leo, if you're a Leo in a relationship with a Leo, again, you'd have another Verchiel for your Leo companion. Now, first, our disclaimer before we get into what kind of a situation it would be for a relationship between two Leos, two lions. Again, our disclaimer first, watching this video or reading this document that's attached to the video is an act of spiritual willpower, and any such action is considered magic. High magic should be used with all mindfulness, since powerful forces of manifestation are unleashed. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. I'm a Rosicrucian seer, biblical astrologer, Christian psychic, and Gnostic mystic. And this is a Readings by Rosemary angelic transmission. Now, Leo the Lion is a fire sign. And the lion is specifically fixed fire and is the daytime and nighttime habitation of the sun. The sun is also called Sol in Latin, being the son of God, and therefore the sun rules over Leo equally during the day and night. Sol projects light in a brilliant, expansive expression into our 3D plane at 12 noon, which is called Zohar. The planetary archangel of the sun is Michael, the archangel Michael. So we have Michael and Verchiel, along with, again, Michael, again, you're going to have even another Michael who's also the elemental archangel of fire and therefore of Leo the Lion. So you see, we have Verchiel for the zodiac angel of Leo, but for the planet of the sun, it's called a planet by the ancients, for the planet of the sun, the planetary archangel, the sun, is Michael. Now, Michael, the archangel Michael, is also the elemental archangel of all the fire signs, of which Leo is fixed fire. So that's very important to understand that you're going to have a lot of very powerful forces in two Leos with all of these attributes. All of these attributes of the Archangel Michael and the Zodiac Angel Verchiel. Now that's why the tarot card for Leo is strength, great strength. Great strength. Okay? Strength. You see the lion here, and you see the goddess there is soothing the lion with her compassion. And you know, the lion is all about compassion and you know, just being magnanimous and being able to be strong and a leader and all of that. And the personality, all about the ego and the personality. This is assuaged by the compassion. And a lot of passion too. So remember, you got two Leos, you got all of these Michael facets with elemental and planetary. You got the Verchiel facet. You know, when you have this leonine characteristics, you have a lot of leonine or lion's strength, and that's why it's called the strength card. Now, Leo the Lion, again, is fixed fire. Now, being fixed fire, it invokes the angelic frequencies of the air angel of the fire realm, since Leo is air of fire. For magical purposes, use the court card in the tarot deck of Prince of Wands to invoke additional attributes of Leo specific to air of fire qualities carried by the lion. When using a tarot deck containing kings, queens, princes, and princess, or page court cards, use the prince for air of fire correspondence. While using a tarot deck containing the knight in lieu of a king, queen, prince, and princess page, also use the prince for an air of fire association, because the prince or the knight in those situations would be air, and of course the wand would be the fire. Now, in most decks, wands represent the element of fire. Now, you know, with swords associating with the element of air. Now, in some decks, they have other correspondences, so the magician must intimately get to know, you know, any specific tarot deck that she or he decides to utilize. Now, all of these measures will help to increase an understanding of really how the tarot deck is going to need to be utilized, you know. So the correspondences that you need to get to understand is that you need to be within the universe or within the realm, within the kingdom or queendom of whatever deck you're using. Because in some decks the queen is held up and the knight takes the place, so that's a queendom. And then sometimes the king is held up above, so that's the kingdom. So whatever deck you're using, you got to use. Now this isn't a video about tarot cards, and I will have some of those in the future because I used to teach tarot classes. It goes along with Kabbalah, and it goes very much along with astrology. But just for now, understand that whatever deck you decide to use, if you use a different deck sometime, you're going to be in a whole different universe, and there'll be, some similar meanings, a lot of similar meanings, but there'll also be a lot of meanings that are very different and particular to that deck. Now, all of these measures will help to increase an understanding of how a Leo would get along with another Leo. Two Leo suns would be sort of friendly, although serious competition with which the other would ensue. Now, finding out the moon and the rising sign would be of vital import to any relationship involving two Leo sun individuals. Those born under the sun sign of Leo, the lion, have compassion and an urge to fight for the underdog in any situation, to be the hero. Leos are also born leaders and take to authority like ducks take the water. Now, therefore, don't be surprised if the stronger of the two Leo astrology charts lets the other one with less planets in Leo win. After all, even Jesus washed the feet of his disciples. In John 13, verses 4 to 5 in the New Heart English Bible, arose from the meal and removed his outer garments. He took a towel and wrapped a towel around his waist. Then he poured water into the basin and began to wash the disciples' feet and to wipe them with the towel that was wrapped around him. Now, Leos are proud like Mithra. Mithra is a Zoroastrian divine angel of light. And Apollo, sun god, he's a sun god. He's the son of the god Zeus, the thunder god Zeus. And the goddess, his mother, is Leto. Now, with that said, much like Jesus Christ, son of the Virgin Mary, and stepson of Saint Joseph, they yield their ego to the compassionate nature over their own self-interest, the lion's share of the time. So as you see, we have a lot of elemental archangels, planetary archangels, and also angels that are, zodiac angels, that all need to get along first within each sign themselves, and then with the other astrological signs. Remember, two Leos. It's going to be a big deal. Now, elemental archangels, fire and fire compatibility. Now, fire is, in its fixed expression, expressed doubly in a Leo and Leo relationship, presentation, are both masculine elements. Fixed fire is a similar comparison to a campfire, which is controlled fire, and is fed by air of earth qualities, doused by water. While Leo being fixed fire is similar to a campfire. The lion also has a majestic alliance with the sun or soul, because the sign of Leo the lion is ruled by our home star of the sun. Therefore, solar fire and terrestrial fire in a restrictive form are in immense proportion of the Leonine personality. Elemental Archangel Michael rules over all of the fire signs. Again, but Leo is fixed fire, being the air angel, the fire realm. Now this is Michael, the fire angel, in his realm. If you look at Michael, and he's got his sword, and in many depictions he's got his foot on the devil to slay the devil, to be able to triumph over the devil, or Satan. If you really look at it, go back to Greek mythology. We have Michael, the Archangel Michael, is Perseus, and the devil is Calipos. So if you've seen Clash of the Titans, you'll know what we're talking about. See, these are all very ancient symbols and symbology, because all the cultures have very, very similar legends, like about the flood in Gilgamesh, and in the Bible about Noah's flood. So you see, there really is a lot of similarity in all of these. Now, Leo the lion is fixed fire which is the air angel of the fire realm, or air of fire, for magical purposes, and also for if you're reading tarot decks. All of that is within the tarot deck. The tarot deck is just basically flashcards to learn Kabbalah and learn Hebrew letters and those kinds of things, and to learn about Kabbalah or Kabbalah. Okay, so therefore, elemental Archangel Michael, in his fixed expression, mirrored back at himself in two leonine personalities in a relationship, they're going to have a mutually passionate, productive, and successful compatibility that will work if their moon signs and rising signs are complementary. For one must submit to the other. For such a relationship to work, they're going to have something where, some kind of situation where one is going to be able to submit to the other. If they're going to be, they're going to have so many things alike. So again, it's usually the stronger one that will submit, because they have enough ego strength to be able to do that. So again, for it to work, one has to submit to the other. And, otherwise it's just not compatible. But it becomes not really competitive with two Leos. It becomes impossible. If one Leo doesn't submit to the other one, the relationship, it won't be because of competition. It will be because it won't be competitive. It just will be impossible, because you have two immovable forces, or two irresistible forces that won't budge. That that old saying. Both of them won't budge. They're the same. Okay. Now, Leos won't compete with each other. An already established hierarchy from outside the relationship must be the medium in which the lion, we have a Leo and Leo compatibility, which two lions must be organized and cultivated. If such an outside source of ranking hierarchy does not exist, the two Leos will separate and avoid each other. They won't compete, they will separate, and they'll avoid each other with a probable mutual respect and compassion that they do not wish to completely destroy, because they know that if they try to compete with each other, they'll destroy each other. They know that. Okay, now planetary archangels. So when we talk about the planetary archangels that you're dealing with when you deal with two Leos, you're dealing with the sun, or soul in Latin, compatibility. The sun is the planet of success, great success, confidence, energy, vivacity, and also personality, and the conscious mind which rules over Leo the lion. Helios is the Greek god who is the sun in ancient legends, where he travels in his chariot of golden radiance, pulled by his beloved horses across the vastness of the sky. Apollo is the son of the god Zeus. Zeus is king of the gods of Mount Olympus. Apollo is god of divination, forecasting, archery, dancing, light, therapeutic remedies to cure all ailments, and the beauty of truth and harmony. Apollo is also a sun god who traversed the cultures of both Greece and Rome. So Apollo, you're gonna say, is it a Roman or is it Greek? A sun god is both. Okay, so it, again, Apollo, he strides and he straddles across both of those cultures. His magnificent solar countenance is able to encompass both of those ancient traditions of Rome and Greece. Okay, now in Greece, Apollo's father was Zeus, and in Rome, Apollo was the son of Jupiter. Jupiter is the leader of the gods in Roman legends, and in Greek legends, Apollo is the god whom the head priestess, the oracle at Delphi, called Pythia, communicated with for purposes of obtaining prophecy. The lead priestess, the Delphic oracle, prophesied for kings, statesmen, and also high-ranking officials who sought vital information about matters of state, the outcome of battles and war, as well as the fate of themselves and their families. So it's very important. Now, Zodiac angels for Leo and Leo compatibility. Now, Leo and Leo, again, the compatibility, you got all of this mirrored images of Michael, Archangel Michael, Michael, but also Verchiel. Okay, Verchiel. is all about the sun and the serpent of the sun, because the strength card in Kabbalah, the path traverses the Kabbalistic path of Teth, which means snake. Okay, so you often see in many depictions in tarot a lion's body with a serpent's tail. Okay, now the elemental archangel of fire, being Michael, and planetary archangel Michael as well, would be mirrored in both Leo personalities. So you're going to have Michael again and again. Now, Archangel Michael would also have to interact and harmonize with two aspects of the zodiac angel Verchiel, one in each person. Egos would become very strong, nevertheless, so would the compassion in both. Amazing achievements are assured when two Leos are able to work together. Imagine how two lions would get along. A relationship between two lions would be based upon their genders and the ranking or status of each lion in the chain of command of the lion pride. Whether or not the two Leos could make a success of either a business, familial, or friendship, or romantic relationship will be determined by the moon sign and rising sign of each individual Leo's personality, and their astrology sun sign. Now, all other facets of each one's natal astrology chart would also be extremely important to ascertain if victory is going to be assured. Now, remember, the compassion, the strength of the compassion, and the Leo thinking that therefore the underdog is why the stronger Leo would submit if it was not dishonorable to do so. In other words, that's why that has to be because of gender or status or ranking, and like in a military ranking, or a boss and an employee, anything like that, okay, or a therapeutic relationship. That's why the stronger one would submit, because again, they will not compete. They know what will happen, so out of pride they will avoid, and they will still have respect and compassion, and they will avoid each other until they know that things can become something that can be honorable, so that both continue to have their honor, and that only comes through hierarchy. Information found in this document is based on the oral tradition known as Kabbalah, taught to me by Rosicrucian clergy when I was but a young girl, the facts of which I have committed to memory. Thank you for joining us, and please join us again.